She comes from a family of local politics and is heavily involved with the community, especially helping those that are homeless. Now, Lorena Jordan is focused on education, and that's why she's running for the Charleston County School District's District 4 Constituent School Board this November. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down with Lorena one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Lorena Jordan, it's so good to see you again.
Yes, for the third time.
Yes, right here on Quintin's Close-Ups.
Yes.
And you're back for the third time because obviously you're concerned about the future of Charleston County Schools, particularly District 4.
Yes, I am.
And that's why you're running for the District 4 Constituent School Board.
Yes.
When you look at the District 4 Constituent School Board, where does your mind go to?
Well, first of all, to give perspective, Charleston County is unique to all other counties in our state in that we have two school board systems. We have the Constituent School Board and the Consolidated School Board. That was the result of General Assembly rulings in the late 1960s to ensure that all students in our diverse county are well represented in terms of financial opportunities for the students in their schools, as well as overseeing items like budget and discipline. So I think it's very important to first of all remember that. And as far as Constituent School Board for me and now, where I represent is my home in North Charleston. I was born in North Charleston, raised in North Charleston, and with the exception of attending school in Columbia and also living overseas for a year as a Japanese English teacher, I have been here at my home. And so I feel a very close, intimate, personal connection to my area to represent it. And why now is because I feel that now is an excellent time to combine my passions and interests of education, political hopes, to serve those that need it the most, which is our children.
When you think of the children in the Charleston County School District, particularly District 4, where are you emotionally?
Emotionally, I'm in a mood to serve. I'm ready to serve and ready to go. We have in District 4, which represents North Charleston. We have 3 areas and then an overall view C as well. North Charleston District 4 has a wide array of schools with situations and opportunities for improvement. We have alone Academic Magnet School of the Arts Duo that are on their Duo campus, and they are recognized nationwide in excellence. And in that same area, just 1.5 miles down the road, we have North Charleston High School,
Right,
which currently sits at half capacity enrollment and has students who are, struggling at times in a diverse situation of needs that really need to be helped. So it's a interesting time to be a member of the school board. When you serve in that capacity, you're going to be seeing a lot of situations. You need to be able to handle pressure, to really be able to look at a student's profile and see what could be the best and most beneficial action for them, to help them, because every student, I particularly believe, is our future. And I don't want to give up on a student and let them not have the opportunity to be the best person they can be.
It was at North Charleston High School Auditorium 2 weeks ago in which I helped moderate the Lead of Women Voters Charleston County Consolidated School Board.
Yes, you did.
And one of the big questions that were asked was about the rodent issue at Garrett Academy.
Yes.
When you hear about this, Garrett Academy, iconic Garrett Academy, and rodents, where is your mind?
My mind is what happened, what's going on here. Why are our students able to be in that environment? And I do raise questions for that, but I also think that our leaders are doing what they can to be best for the students. I don't believe that our members and those who want to serve really want our students to be sitting in the same classroom as mice and other animals reside. So we are looking to see what happened with that as far as our school boards who are members right now. I know I've talked with some of them to see what they can do. That is a consolidated school board issue because Constituent School Board will deal more with disciplinary action for students and also at times if needed school bus route transfers. But I do think one thing we're going to be working on in the future with our members and going forward, especially our newly elected ones, is that I think that it is time that we can look at our two boards and see, are we working together sufficiently? What can we do to help each other? Because again, it goes back to the point of helping our students thrive and succeed. We want every student to have the best resources, every student to have the best education, every student to have an opportunity for a future. That's every school board member's goal that I know of, that I've talked to, and I myself want.
I know it's a silly question, but is the Charleston County School District's District 4 Constituent School Board, do they all get along in your mind?
I think they do. We have a from what I've seen and heard, a wonderful board. We have those who are younger, more my age category. We have those who are more my father's age. We have those who have been there, it's their first term. Some have been there for a long time. And I think the way that results in is a board that has seen a lot and can build and grow with each other and offer opportunities to understand from other people's perspectives what should be the best option for a student to have.
And then to get back, obviously, you just mentioned this with the Constituent School Board. They deal with disciplinary actions as well as school board transfers. Talk to me about the disciplinary actions, disciplinary actions, I can't pronounce the word, disciplinary actions.
You got it.
and the school board transfers that are happening right now in District 4.
Well, some of them are, for example, if a student might want to go from a public school to a private school at sometimes. Also, maybe as well, we talk about North Charleston High School, obviously, looking to see the transfers within that school as well. Also dealing with students that want to go to School of the Arts, academic magnet, whether they're accepted, whether they're transferred. I know sometimes students will transfer from one of those schools to the other. Obviously, they're right there, but they do have specialized needs and requirements. So things like that are what you would handle. As far as disciplinary action, which we handle, a lot of suspension opportunities that come to you, a lot of expulsion requests. We also try to look into alternative actions to keep a child in schools. There's our alternative academies, such as Daniel Jenkins, for example, comes to mind. So again, it's going back to what I like to view as a positive sort of glass half full mentality of what can we do to not let this child or student fall or fail. How can we save them? How can we help them be prepared? Because we know that when adulthood comes, they must have them ready to succeed.
And what are the numbers? What are the numbers when you think of the disciplinary actions and as well as the student transfers?
Well, the numbers are for sure rising as far as what they're seeing in front of the board from what I have been told. And I think there's something that we need to look into as to maybe why is that happening. Can we provide opportunity to maybe have a different way to deal with students besides disciplinary action? Are these actions working? What has been going on long term? Are these repeat students? So there's going to be a lot of issues that all members of the board are going to be encountering going forward that we really need to be prepared for, to have someone that's willing to be there, to put in the long hours, and to really, understand that it is a commitment and it may not be a prestigious one, but it is, in my opinion, the most vital one you can have as far as public service.
And let me get back to North Charleston High School. You talked about the issues that are going on there.
Yes.
How did we get here?
I think we got here from a wide array of issues that are really beyond just a simple interview for a few moments, but I think at the end of the day we got here because we let ourselves get to that point where the school is underpopulated, the resources are there at times, and sometimes they aren't, and it's just a matter of what's happening. And I think we can get ourselves out of these issues as well, too. Because when I used to substitute teach for Charleston County through Kelly Services, I went there at times. And what I can tell you is North Charleston High School, like every school in our country, is not perfect. But the students that I see and I saw then are passionate and they want to be there. They want to learn. And the energy basically is one of don't give up on me. Keep working with me because I'm there and I want to get there even closer to my final goals. Please help me. Please don't leave me behind.
And I know I'm being redundant at this, but if I were to be living in North Charleston, why should I vote for you?
Because I would like to have a chance, but also in a more complex way. I think now the time is right to serve. I'm a librarian, so I don't serve as a teacher in my own respect, but I serve as sort of a cousin industry to that. I'm looking to do my opportunities with children moving forward. Again, I have the experience being a substitute teacher, being a children's tutor for autistic spectrum students as well. I feel I have a lot of experience that's very relevant with working with nonprofit, building programs, establishing programs, managing data, and also having the respect, courtesy to see every child that comes before me on this member of the board as someone that wants a chance. That's basically saying, don't give up on me.
You talk about time. Let me talk to you about term limits. If you are elected, how many times in really terms do you want to be on the Constituent School Board?
I want to be on there for as long as the people think that I'm qualified to be on there. And so I leave that to the voters' discretion. It is their choice. These are their children. And most importantly, everybody gives to the schools and the school boards because everyone with their tax dollars, their time, if they volunteer, if they donate, they're putting it into them. So I'm representing them and I have to respect their decision, whether it's one term, whether it's 10 terms, it's up to the voters.
And let me get back to something that's really going on right now that is very disturbing to a lot of people, and that is the Marvin Gavers case. Talk to me about where your emotions are when you think of this case, and how many more questions do you have about this?
Well, I have many questions, and I am looking forward to, as everyone else, hearing what exactly happened and what can we do to never have that happen again. Because when I first read and heard about it, I was horrified. Because again, I've been a substitute teacher, I've been in these schools, and our children are very vulnerable, and we teach them as we can, but they're learning things also on their own, and they're also learning things at a very rapid pace compared to when even you and I were children. And their safety is most important. And for that to have happened, it was just incredible to me. And so I'm like everybody else, I want answers, and I want those in charge to find the best solution to get those answers, and also ensure that our children always remain safe going forward.
You talked about the Constituent School Board earlier as far as disciplinary actions and student transfer, but what else do you want to do if you're elected on day one?
What I really like to do is find opportunity to increase awareness about this role, because when I first started, and I ran for this, as you well know, 2 years ago in a 4-person race where I became second to the first person who won, and even now it's a 2-person race, people just don't know what it is. And that really saddens me, because again, going back to the schools, everybody gives to our schools, and everyone gives to our students, even if you don't have one of your own. And to not know who serves in these positions is terrifying. We need to know who's making these decisions. I think we do have a wonderful board, but I think we need to make awareness of what this board is, how long has it been around, and what does it do, and how does it work with the other board, the bigger board, as it's considered as well, a consolidated level. So really it's to get out in the community, it's to attend events, it's to have a presence as voters feel comfortable with me being in their communities, and letting them know that we're here and what we do and how we serve these students.
And how well will you work with the big consolidated school board if you're elected?
I would like to work as well as they will let me. I am open. They're always welcome to have my information, my email, my phone number. I definitely answer calls and emails outside hours. Anything that I can do to help them, I'm more than happy to do so.
Lorena Jordan, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you.